My name is Ms. Hawkins, and I am the food and fitness teacher, and today I'm going to demonstrate showing you how to make these scrambled egg muffins. Just to start, I want to let you know that I have washed my hands. My hands are clean. I have my hair pulled back, and I have on my apron to keep my clothes clean. So to start today, we are going to, the recipe suggests 2 cups of vegetables, and I am using the red bell pepper, the broccoli, and the onion. It does suggest, use whatever vegetables you like. You don't have to use those, just pick vegetables you like, but it is 2 cups of vegetables. I did pre-wash my vegetables before I chopped them. So the first thing I'm going to do is mix my vegetables together in this bowl. That's 3/4 of a cup of broccoli. Oh, I did forget to tell you, I do have my mise en place to get all right here. You see all my ingredients, and so I do have it all out and ready to go. So here is 3/4 of a cup of red pepper, and I'm using 1/2 cup of onion. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and clear out my dishes. The next thing it says to do is to add the vegetables to the muffin tin. So let me get a spoon, and I'm going to add the vegetables to my muffin tin. I'm going to mix them together a little bit in the bowl. And before I add them to my muffin tin, it tells you to pre-spray your muffin tin with non-cook cooking spray. And if you don't have a non-cook, a spray that you can put in there, you can also just use oil. I have some olive oil in this jar, and let me show you. All you need to do, you can use a brush if you have one like this, or a paper towel, whatever you have. You just want to make sure you have a good coating of oil on your muffin tin so that the eggs don't stick and your muffins come out looking nice and pretty and not stuck to the pan. So you want to get a good coating of oil on there. There you go. Okay. Let me scoot this out of the way. I've already mixed some of my eggs up right there. So we're going to add the vegetables to the muffin tin. And it says this makes 6 muffins, so it looks like it's going to be a lot of vegetables for each muffin tin. These are going to be some pretty hearty, healthy muffins. Almost fill it to the top. And the way I divided my vegetables, I used more broccoli and more red pepper than I did onion. I used a 3/4 of each, the red bell pepper and a 3/4 of the broccoli, and then just a 1/2 cup of onion. And I chose the red bell pepper over the green bell pepper because I thought there was already a green broccoli in the egg muffins, and I wanted to have that extra little touch of red color in there so that the muffins would look pretty and look good and be colorful and not just a lot of green. So there are my muffins with the vegetables. Now, the next step, it says, is to beat your eggs in a bowl, stir in the salt, pepper, and garlic powder. So here is my bowl. I've already put 4 eggs in there, and so I have 2 more to do. And the way I like to crack eggs is I like to crack them in a little bowl like this first. Just like that. And that egg, there's no shell. The egg looks good. So I'm going to put it in the bowl now. Then 1 more egg. This will be number 6. carefully crack the egg in the bowl. And I do have a little bit of egg on my fingers. And so I'm gonna wash my hands really quick. I like to keep a towel tucked into my apron for drying my hands, or sometimes just wiping up a quick spill. So my hands are clean again. Now the next step is, let me mix these eggs in. The next step is to stir the salt, pepper, and garlic powder. So we have a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Here's our salt. And my pepper is a grinder. So I just, with salt and pepper, and even the garlic powder, it's not, you know, it says a 1/4 teaspoon. It's really to taste, and you can add what you want, a little more, a little less. And so I just ground up some pepper in my jar, and it's probably about a 1/4 teaspoon, so I'm gonna add that in there. The garlic powder, I am gonna do a 1/4 teaspoon. It'll give it a little more flavor. And then in my garden, I have some fresh thyme growing. This is fresh thyme that I got out of my garden. And so I'm just gonna add it. It's not in the recipe, but I thought it would be a nice addition. So this is a recipe where you can add the flavors that you like. If you have a flavor you like, even if it's, you know, in your spice cabinet, or you have maybe fresh herbs growing in there, you can pick those, you can choose those, and you can add what you like to yours. So I'm gonna stir the salt, pepper, and garlic, and then I'm going to add, I really didn't even chop this thyme up. I tore it a little bit with my fingers, and I'm just gonna add it in there. Not only will it give it more flavor, but it'll also be a pretty addition. It'll make it look even, you know, pretty. All right, so there are my eggs. Let me put this in the sink. Okay, the next direction says, pour eggs into the muffin tin and bake for 20 to 25 minutes. So I am not really going to be able to pour this very well from this big bowl that I'm using. And so what I did was, I've got a wet liquid measuring cup right here with the spout on it. And so I am going to pour my egg mixture into the measuring cup to make it easier to pour into my muffin tin. Okay? So we are just gonna kind of eyeball this. Just put a little bit, because you can always come back and add a little bit more. So just to make sure every muffin tin gets egg in it. And I really don't want to spill it over the edges, because then it will just burn on my muffin tin. So I'm going to start over, add a little bit more to each one, or which ones look like they could use some. That one definitely needs a little more. I think this one looks like it could use some more. Now they're almost all the way full. Perfect. Okay, now then, the directions say to pour the eggs into the muffin tin and bake 20 to 25 minutes. And then when these come out of the oven, we're going to add the cheese on top. So let me put these in my oven. Sorry. And I'm going to set my timer on my oven for 20 to 25 minutes. And I'll check on them at 20 minutes and see if they look done or not. And you know what, I'll probably stick a knife in the middle of one just to see if the egg is cooked all the way through. So I'm gonna stop right here. In 20 minutes, I'll take the video out, take the muffin tin out of the oven, and we'll check on them. So I pulled the muffins out and I think they look really good. The cheese is melted and it only took about maybe 2 minutes for the cheese to melt. And it looks like I put enough oil on them so look, they slip out really easy from the muffin tin. They're a little hot, so you have to be careful. They are burning my fingers a tiny bit, but if you do it fast, they're not. You can let them also, if you want to, you can let them just kind of cool down in the muffin tin for a little bit if they're too hot for you to touch. These probably could have cooled down a little bit. They are pretty hot, but I thought they turned out really well. And I am serving mine with some fresh pineapple and some blueberries. And that is it. Those are the muffins. So I hope y'all enjoy making them.